Most people never truly live because they dance around the present moment. These words from Alan Watts cut through the confusion of modern life and expose our greatest mistake. Life happens only in this breath, this heartbeat, this exact second. Yet we miss it completely. You are missing your actual life while chasing tomorrow. The clock ticks forward, days pass, seasons change, and suddenly years have vanished into memory without ever being fully experienced. Alan Watts discovered how to stop wasting your life, and it is simpler than you think. His wisdom offers a path back to the richness of existence that waits beneath our endless rushing. Alan Watts stands among the greatest translators of Eastern wisdom for Western minds. He spoke directly to the heart of our modern problem, the inability to be present. This is not about complex ideas. This is about how to live right now. By the end of our journey together, you will learn 3 simple ways to stop missing your life. What Watts uncovered might forever change how you experience this very moment. Life resembles music far more than a race. Watts observed that music loses all meaning if played only to reach the final note. The beauty exists in each measure, each phrase, yet we construct our entire existence around rushing to endpoints. Children wish away school days, waiting for summer. Students race through education focused only on graduation. Workers spend decades counting the days until retirement. Parents hurry children through developmental stages, eager for the next milestone. Watts saw this pattern clearly. We push away the present moment to reach a better future that never comes. The mind creates an endless series of destinations, each promising fulfillment. Upon arrival, the mind immediately generates new destinations, forever postponing life. What moments did you miss today while thinking about tomorrow? The taste of your morning meal, the feeling of sunlight on your skin, the genuine connection with someone speaking to you. Life consists only of these moments, yet we trade them for thoughts about moments that do not exist. This leads to the profound question that haunted Watts. How can we stop this strange habit of missing our own lives? The disease of thinking life happens later infected modern society so completely we barely notice its symptoms. Watts described people who save all joy for retirement, only to discover their health has abandoned them precisely when freedom arrives. A man works 50 years at a job he dislikes, postponing happiness for weekends and vacations. A woman delays her dreams until children are grown, only to find energy and opportunity diminished. A student studies subjects that bring no joy, promising himself real life begins after graduation. Watts noticed people trade today for a tomorrow. That is not certain. This transaction repeats endlessly until no more tomorrows remain. The tragic comedy of human existence, always preparing to live, never actually living. Think about how often you say or think, I will be happy when I get that promotion, when I lose 10 pounds, when I find the right relationship, when I move to a better place. Watts recognized this pattern as the fundamental waste of human potential. This is not about being lazy or abandoning responsibility. This is about being awake to your life exactly as it unfolds now. Watts discovered that genuine responsibility flows naturally from presence, not from anxiety about the future. What if the life you seek already surrounds you, hidden only by your refusal to see it? Take one deep breath and notice how it feels. The air entering your body, the expansion of your chest, the slight pause, the release. This simple act contains the entire secret of living fully. Watts' first lesson challenges our habit of dividing life into important and unimportant moments. We believe special occasions matter, while ordinary tasks merely fill time between significant events. This division destroys our capacity to experience life directly. Give full attention to one normal task today. Washing dishes, walking to your car, typing an email. Notice colors, textures, sensations, sounds. Watts taught that washing dishes can be as wonderful as watching a sunset when approached with full awareness. When you drink tea, just drink tea, Watts often said. Not drinking while planning, worrying, scrolling, or solving problems. Just the complete experience of tea. The warmth of the cup, the rising steam, the flavor unfolding on your tongue. His second lesson distinguishes between thoughts about life and living itself. Your thoughts about eating an orange, calories, vitamins, where it was grown, whether you should have chosen something else, bear no resemblance to the actual experience of eating an orange. The juice, the scent, the texture, one happens in the mind, the other in reality. Reality exists only in direct experience. Everything else is mental fiction. Watts discovered that peace arrives naturally when we stop substituting thoughts for experience. The mind quiets not through force, but through genuine interest in what actually exists. What might change if you stopped treating this moment as merely a bridge to the next? The separate self constitutes our most limiting illusion. According to Watts, we believe ourselves isolated entities moving through a foreign world. This mistaken identity forms the root of our inability to be present. You are not in the world like a marble in a box. You grow from it like a flower from soil. Watts used this metaphor to help people recognize their fundamental connectedness. The air in your lungs, the food digesting in your stomach, the ideas in your mind all come from and return to the world around you. Ordinary moments transform when experienced without separation. Watching rainfall becomes communion rather than observation. Conversation becomes genuine meeting rather than performance. Work becomes contribution rather than obligation. When you stop seeing yourself as separate, fear gets smaller. Anxiety about controlling outcomes diminishes when you recognize yourself as part of a larger process rather than its isolated director. This insight formed the cornerstone of Watts's teaching about presence. Life is not a problem to solve, but an experience to have. Problems exist only in thought. Experience happens directly without the middleman of conceptual thinking. Watts invited people to step out of their mental narratives into the vivid territory of unfiltered reality. The question remains, how do we translate these insights into practical living? 3 clear actions emerge from Watts's teaching that anyone can practice immediately, regardless of circumstances or background. First, notice when you rush through now to get to later. This awareness alone begins to dissolve the habit. Catch yourself treating this moment as merely a means to something else. The commute you endure to reach work, the workout you push through for future health, the conversation you half listen to while planning your response. Simply noticing this pattern weakens its grip. Second, use your senses fully. Touch, taste, smell, see, and hear with complete attention. Feel water against skin while washing hands. Taste food completely before swallowing. Listen to sounds without immediately naming or judging them. Your senses connect you directly to reality while thinking often separates you from it. Third, ask yourself, if this moment was my whole life, would it be enough? This question cuts through the habit of endless postponement. It reveals whether you truly believe in some better future or can find fulfillment now. Watts suggested this inquiry not as philosophy, but as practical investigation. But what about responsibilities? Bills, work, family obligations? Watts worked, paid bills, and raised 7 children while living this way. Presence enhances function rather than impeding it. You drive more safely when fully driving. You work more effectively when fully working. You parent more lovingly when fully present with children. The morning coffee that usually serves merely as caffeine delivery becomes a complete experience of aroma, warmth, and flavor. The walk to the mailbox transforms from chore to exploration. The conversation with a family member shifts from obligation to connection. These small moments, fully lived, constitute what Watts called the art of living. The meaning of life is just to be alive. This simple statement from Watts contains the essence of his teaching. Not alive for something else, not alive as preparation, not alive for some future state, alive now, completely as you already are. Stop pushing away now for a better later. The door to fulfillment opens only in this moment, never in imagination. About some other time, Watts discovered that the present contains everything we seek elsewhere: peace, meaning, connection, aliveness. Most human suffering stems from resistance to what actually exists right now. We fight reality, argue with the inevitable, and miss the gift of our own existence. Watts offered a different way: full acceptance of and participation in this precise moment. What if this moment is everything? What if nothing needs to be added or subtracted from your experience right now for it to be complete? This possibility changes everything. The wisdom Alan Watts shared continues to transform lives decades after his passing. His message speaks directly to our modern condition: always connected yet never present, always informed yet rarely aware. Share in the comments how you will. Practice being present today. Even one moment of complete presence can reveal what Watts called the secret of life hiding in plain sight. Future explorations will uncover more of Watts' insights about joy, anxiety, meaning, and connection. Remember, this moment is your life, not the one before, not the one after, this one right now.